Hello, Ruthless Racing Series Nation. This is your host, B. Stu. I'm about to bring you another action-packed Thursday night of Ruthless Racing Series action from Chicagoland, as this will be one of two remaining races in the regular season, as we're going to try to see who else can lock themselves in. If you've not checked those points, they're over there in the community tab. Posted those earlier today. And I believe only 4 or 5 guys are locked in so far. So still a lot of room for guys to solidify their spot in the playoffs. So now I'm going to try to get Hollywood stream up here for myself, as we've had some issues this evening with getting a stream. But Hollywood's got us this evening. Okay. So I don't know if he's live yet, but he has posted a video. Oh, he's currently live. There we go. Alright, thank you, Hollywood. That is exactly like his gamer tag. So that is Hollywood YouTube right there. And Hollywood, if you're out there listening, or anybody's out there listening that's speaking to Hollywood, and let me know when to join. Alright, sorry about that, everybody. Kind of got thrown off our loop, but we're back to it. They got that timer ticking down. We're almost to green. If you haven't liked the stream, please do so. If you're not subscribed, please do so. We're only 6 away from 300 subscribers. I never thought we'd get much up to like 250, but here we are, 6 away from 300 subscribers. And thanks to everybody who views the videos. Been getting a lot of views on these, especially these races. Some of my public lobbies have been getting a little more views, even the older ones I've noticed. So it's just good to see people going back and kind of checking out all that Ruthless action that happens right here on this NASCAR Heat 5. And we got the join sign. Alright, tonight we try to see who's going to lock themselves into those playoffs, as this will be, like I said, one of the last 2 races of the regular season. Next one being Iowa. Got typical Hollywood, Henson, Dan the Man, all locked into the playoffs. And got Lando missing tonight. Also Jared missing tonight, only above the cut line by 26. Animal and Travis, not sure if Animal's out there, but Travis has a opportunity to make up a lot of ground. Bad Martin looking to become playoff eligible with his start tonight. Same with Dan the Man. He also needs to become playoff eligible. Thanks to everybody who's out here watching. We have Henson out in the front row, starting on the pole, and he will take off in that 41 car. 4 of Bad Martin out to the outside. Shepard in third in that 48. I believe that is Hollywood in fourth, as we get scattered all the way out, coming into 1 and 2 for the first time. And Henson in that 41 looking strong early, as that clean air is looking to pull him out ahead. But here's the high line going to prevail coming down the back stretch. Got a good restart. Everybody opting to that high side. It has got a lot more grip. Project 62 way up to the high side back there in the back. But he seems to get her back down to the top. Sticky Renthouse kind of hanging around the back there. 41 got a lot of separation on the 4 and the 16. And there's the 34 of Dan the Man coming up there in fourth. Got him a win last week, or a couple weeks ago, sorry. And you can see them kind of work together up here in this top pack. Anyways, I haven't been paying attention to the comments much. Got a lot of action going on out here. But thanks to everybody who's in here. Oh, we got Skew Car. He's a mod now, so don't be goofing off in there. Got Skew Car to bust your all's hides if y'all act up. We got a lot of good action going on up front here. I haven't even touched the camera angle since we began. But we're going to go to our overhead view here and look at this 4 to 41 action as Bad Martin's trying to catch a lot of action on the inside. Hollywood pushing up there on the outside with the 41. Got a lot of help from the 48 as well. 4 is going to drop back just a tad here to see if everybody can hang on to it. 48 is going to go down trying to help the 4. Got a lot of cars behind them there. 34 of Dan the Man also chilling out back there. So we're door to door up here in the front. Bad Martin looking to make a move early, as there is 39 laps here in the first stage. And this is Ruthless Racing Series on the Ruthless Racing YouTube channel from Chicagoland. Thanks to everybody that's out there watching. It's truly appreciated. Thanks to Everything NASCAR. Go check out Ruthless Racing highlights on the Everything NASCAR YouTube channel. Also, shout out to Skew Car, as many of you know who that is. Bad Martin looking to take the lead here. Not a lot of help out there on the outside for the 41. 34 is going to go down and help his buddy in the 4. And see if they can get it done down there together. 16 pushing hard on the 41 on the upside. Kind of gets him a little bit up track. 16 stays more middle. 41's going to put the slide job, or 4 is going to put the slide job on the 41 rather. Oh, it's nearly 3 wide. The 4 has got them all mixed up now as he jumps back down to the bottom and gets back with the 34. 4 has got all kinds of clean air ahead now. He's got a lot of cars back there door to door, and it's going to slow him up just enough for him to extend this lead. For the 34 and the 41. A lot of 4s up here in the top 3. 41 is going to make another move to the inside, and you can be very aggressive with that diving down there here at Chicagoland if you get a good run off the back stretches. As you can see, the 41 comes back to taking the lead off a slingshot move down the back stretch. So there goes Henson in that 41. He's looking to complete the slide job this lap. Don't know if he'll be able to do it though. If you're paying, please tell me who got the money. 41's looking strong down there all by himself on the low side. Got 34 way up on the wall running the Larson line. 41 looking to shut the door up high, thinks better of it. Didn't want to get crossed over. 16 looking hard and inside on the 4. He tries to bump him up just a little bit. Makes a little bit of room for his nose. He's going to try to get it through and turns 1 and 2. 4s look strong on both sides of high and low. Good slingshot move from that 41 just a couple laps ago to get him the lead. Can't really fault him there for making that move though. 9 of 39 laps here in stage number 1 as they go to take 10 at the line. We've got a lot of good racing back there, or for this top 5. 48 off into the grass, going to slow him up just a little bit. Top 5 looking strong out here together, as we're going to try to jump back here to the latter part of the field. We got G-Dog running next to Project 62. Dan the Man running 4th. Trav Nation there in that 21. Ford Machine. And he's got the, I believe that is possibly, I'm not sure, Snake Eyes I believe it is in the 8 car. Snake Eyes came around. There's Project 62. Fan favorite, supposedly. I'm not sure if that is a self-given title. But there he is. There's Snake Eyes in the 8. Thought so. And there's the 47 of Sticky House. And it seems like he may have had some trouble early, as he has found himself out here all to his lonesome. And we're back up here to the leading of Henson. Still in the lead after a big slingshot move early on. And the 4 of Bad Martin still hot on his trail. Once again, thanks to everybody for watching. This is the Ruthless Racing Series right here on the Ruthless Racing YouTube channel. And it is Chicagoland. One of 2 races remaining in the regular season. And we've only got 4 drivers, I do believe, locked in. Only 2 of those 4 are playoff eligible, so they still have, a couple of these drivers still have to make some starts to be eligible for the playoffs. So if they do not show up for races and are not eligible, they will lose that lock-in. But as of tonight, everyone who's looking to be locked in and eligible is present. So no worries of that this evening. Next week, that's another story. So it looks like this leader battle up here has kind of evened itself out. Going to go more to a running. I guess got around 17 laps of fuel remaining for most of the field. I'm not sure if tires for everyone will last that long, depending on how they've set these cars up this evening. I'll try to get us a good laps remaining here this lap by. But I believe most of the field may have to take a pit if there is no yellow that comes out. And you can see the field is kindly spread out, but they're not all that much away from each other. The backpack could certainly get together and try to run some kind of drafting line to catch these guys. There are 16 of 39 laps here in this stage, so we're definitely going to see some pit stops for some fuel. Wouldn't be surprised, though, if possibly a couple of these guys could get away with right sides only, possibly go out there and try to steal some stage points. Could be detrimental to someone like Travis in that 21, who needs all the points he can get for him to maybe try to risk taking right sides and adding some wedge to possibly get that car around there and something in the top 5. You can see Hollywood right here running in 3rd position, I do believe, or 4th position. He's got Shepard working on his bumper. And this is the most upward position battle we got. As you can see, the 4 is still staying on that 41's bumper. 22 laps remaining in stage number 1. Once again, it's Ruthless Racing on the Ruthless Racing YouTube channel. Ruthless Racing Series, I should say. Double RS. Coming at you live from Chicagoland. And we've got some grass. Someone in the grass. Who could it be? Oh, the 47, the Sticky Rent House. I'm not sure if he's coming out of the pits or just staying low. He did say the team was having some issues with that 47 Chevy. Let's hope he's just able to stay on track. There's your leader, Henson, in that 41. He's had the 4 of Bad Martin glued to his rear end for most of the stage. Been a little back and forth there in the earlier goings, but the last 10 laps, it has been steady flow for especially these top 2. They've kind of just worked together and slowly pushed their way ahead. Surprised that Hollywood and Shepard's not catching the 34 of Dan the Man, though, as he's just kindly in a bubble there in 2nd. As I'm sure this is going to come down to whoever pits the best this stage. Like I said, it wouldn't be too crazy for one of these guys to maybe take some right sides whenever they go in here. It's not going to be that long if you're able to stretch that fuel out to your maximum potential. They could still run these cars about 9 to 10 laps, 9.5 laps or so. So I think if you stretch it out just right, get in there in a good pit and right sides it, you're possibly going to sneak yourself some top 5 points, which is something you really need for some of those guys that maybe don't have a win, maybe not looking to get a win possibly in this in this regular season, but are going to be playoff hunting. So we'll see how this goes. Alright, so I'm going to jump back. He's got Shepherd and Hollywood still fighting each other. I'm very surprised they have not gained much time up there on Dan the Man. Hollywood and Shepherd been running like this for most of the stage now. There's G-Dog in that 17. And there's that third place bubble car, Dan the Man. As the cars behind him are, oh, looked a little weird out there behind. Possibly Hollywood got some wall there. He looked like he was going to get some wall earlier on. I think Hollywood's having some issues here. You got another one touching grass up there ahead of him. Oh, got a slow car. Was that Martin? Got a lot going on right now. So I believe Henson had a mishap, and that has allowed Martin to take the lead now. And had a good stretch too, so good pit for him. Project 62 already in the box. So a good pit for that 4 car will will certainly solidify maybe a stage win for him, as I don't think Martin has not won here in the Ruthless Racing Series, but he does have a stage win, so that will certainly help him out. Looks like Anxious Yeti says to us that he had a spin on pit entry, which I did not catch. I just caught him going in. Did see Hollywood pit though, as he is now in the pit. So earlier pit here for one of the top 5 drivers. We'll see how that turns out for him. As a sort of an early pit there. I don't suggest, but I predict that these guys out front will try to stretch their runs as far as they can, or maybe as far as their tires will, at least. As you're on board with Bad Martin, and you can see that he has quite the lead right here over Henson, who had some kind of issue to lose the lead. They were nose to tail, and Henson was leading. But as I was flipping through the field, something happened up here with this 41, allowing that 4 to stretch out to this sizable lead. You can see you got Dan the Man back there. You got Shepherd on pit road now. And Dan the Man's about as far off Henson as Henson's off Bad Martin up there. Oh my goodness, Project spun on entry. That's tough. We're going to stay right here on. There's Project 62 right there. There's possibly some texting going on right now. Come on, 62, you got it. Snake Eyes in the pits. Henson down pit road to get that service. See how that's going to work out for him. Bad Martin's still in the lead, going to stay there, as we're going to stay on board with him and see what he does. So Bad Martin's still out there on track. Possibly a pit right here this lap. Wouldn't quite know. Hollywood, who pitted earlier, it was in the top 5, is now in 5th position once again. Bad Martin chooses to stay out once more. So we'll see what he's got going on here. So Bad Martin does have to pit, but I'm not sure when he's planning on doing it, as most of the field is already pit. At this point, I can only imagine he's losing time. And he's going to go pit this time by. Looks like a good pit to me. And he's going to get down in there beautifully, I do believe. I can't say I can judge it like that, but we'll see how it goes. Hollywood's actually in 5th, a lap down. Trav Nation out there in 4th position. So possibly still needs a pit. You can see Hollywood, who just passed him for his lap back there on Trav Nation. Possibly Trav Nation going to use that right side. A couple clicks of wedge. And we're on 32 out of 39 here in stage number 1. The 4 is on pit road, who is still in the lead at this moment. There's Trav Nation, who is running 4th position. That 4 is coming off pit road now. And there he is. He's going to have Dan the Man back there in his rear view. I believe that is the 2nd place car. And I do not believe he's going to have it. 33 of 39 here in stage number 1. There's Dan the Man in the rear view. He's going to have not the fresher tire, but he's going to have a little bit of momentum to try to catch the bumper of this. We'll see if that newer Goodyear rubber is able to prevail the number 4 of Bad Martin to a stage win here at Chicagoland in stage number 1. So you can see we got 2 cars back there trying to fight. There's Henson, who took over Dan the Man. Henson with a full head of speed and steam, I guess, coming for that 4 of Bad Martin, looking to revenge himself from that earlier mishap. As you can see him closing in the gap quite hard, put in the qualifying setup, it looks like. Here comes the 41, and he's got it all. He's got all the momentum, and there he is, touching the bumper of the pitted number 4 car and looking to the inside to take the lead. Going to grab some grass. Oh no, destroys his run. Absolutely botched it, and there goes the 4 with a chance to take the stage. Man, he had all the steam and he lost it. He just couldn't control it off of 4. Possibly hit that little bit of a seam coming out of there. But he's going to try to do it again. Look at him again, gaining all of it back up, right back on the bumper of that Mustang of the 4. And here he goes back to the inside. No grass this time, and the lead has been taken by Henson here late in stage number 1, as he came out off of a mishap just a lap before and came right back. I'm not sure what kind of move Martin did, possibly just some right sides, and he's not going to be able to get it done, I don't think. It's probably 4 fresh tires there for that 41. And here we are with, I believe, 4 laps remaining here in stage number 1. So that 41 came out, and he was determined to get that lead back off of those pits, and he did just that. We have 2 laps remaining, 1 at the line. So Henson came out of those pit stops and had a full head of steam, and he did not look back even after hitting the grass and botching such a great run. He came back and got it right back the next lap in the same spot, and he did not disappoint. And here he is running off. Martin possibly doing the right sides ordeal. I feel like Dan the Man possibly did that as well. And right now, as it sits, it's going to be Henson in first, Bad Martin in second, Dan the Man in third, Hollywood in fourth, Shepherd in fifth. Trav Nation did drop back 2 spots to sixth, and we'll see if he hangs on to that here in stage number 1. And here's Henson, stage number 1 winner from Chicagoland Ruthless Racing Series, as Henson, the 41, takes that after some really awesome green flag pit stops. Got him a full head of steam, messed it up, came right back and prevailed and got that stage win over the 4 of Bad Martin, who looked like he was for sure going to have it. Shepherd, Hollywood, and Dan the Man all had a good battle there for the top 5. And then Trav Nation there just finishing right out of the top 5. He really needed that, but nonetheless he's here. Some of the other competitors aren't. And he's looking to be playoff eligible here tonight. So we'll see how that works out for him. We're going to have around 38 to 40 laps in stage number 2. So we're going to have another pit. It's going to be just like stage number 1. Oh, we have Anxious Yeti not in the race. Project 62 motor department let him down this weekend. Get wrenched. That's great. Henson on the pole for stage number 2. This is the Ruthless Racing Series on the Ruthless Racing YouTube channel. Bad Martin in second up here. And we're going to have Dan the Man in 3rd, Shepherd in 4th, Hollywood in 5th. We're going to go on board with the 41, and we're going to try to go off his front view and see what everything's happening back there. Only 2 cars go down to the low side. Hollywood wanted to go up there behind that 41, but he knows he can get a run off this 34 who went to the lead there in 3 and 4. A lot of guys go low, gets the 41 kind of out of his groove. He's got some opportunity to get behind that 4, and he takes it. So we're going to get back over here to watch all this action. Everybody nice and packed up for this restart. And Dan the Man back out in the lead once again. He's been there in this racing series before. There's Trav Nation running that top 5. And Trav Nation looking to put in a good work here this weekend. Little driver insight. Trav Nation put in a lot of practice this week. Got up real early one morning. Put in a lot of work. I mean real early. So he was trying to... he's trying to get a win or just some really good points out here this evening. As you can see, he's looking real good up there in that top 8. Snake Eyes going to top 5. The 8 of Snake Eyes is looking to the inside. Takes that away from him. Travis back to 6th. Dan the Man still in the lead though. Hollywood trying to work hard on that bumper. 4 of Bad Martin's going to go in. It's going to push Hollywood out to the bad air. And that's going to get him up the track just like it did Henson earlier. He keeps it off the wall. Oh, little contact. Someone goes down to the inside. We're spinning. There goes the 8. Hollywood got a little bit of door to him there, I believe. And that's going to bring out a caution. Now, that's going to be a game-initiated caution. So there we go. First caution of the evening. And I'm not sure if these guys ran enough to not have to pit. So we'll see how that's going to play out. I'm going to think they possibly won't need a pit after this. But these guys are going to be running their cars to the end, if that's how it works out. What is going on in my chat? Alright, so Henson is not on the front row. It's going to be Shepherd and Dan the Man. Alright, so we got a good restart here. Shepherd's trying to stay out. I don't know what the hell's going on in that chat. 48 of Shepherd is got it all going on right here. Thanks to everybody who's watching. As Dan the Man is out there on the outside all alone. 48's holding on for dear life. 4 of Bad Martin right behind him. Welcome to the chat, J-Man. Of watching the second stage from Chicagoland here in the Ruthless Racing Series, right here on the Ruthless Racing YouTube channel. If you haven't liked the stream, please do so. Subscribe if you've not done that. 48 gets low and slow. Unfortunate there. Dan the Man's to the lead. So he makes the high side work out there. And the 4 of Bad Martin to the inside. Hollywood's looking to lose another position, but he's able to beat the 8 of Snake Eyes to third. So a little shuffle up here in the front. Travis works himself back up to the top 5. So there we go. A little different top 3 here. It's no Henson, as I'm sure he's trying to work his way back up through there. I believe we can see him there in 6th position. Yeetus, if you need me to do something, just message me. As Dan the Man still out here in the lead. Trav Nation hanging on to that top 5. He knows he needs it. I believe he's got it. 26 laps remaining in stage number 2. As I believe these guys can make it to the end of the stage without a pit this time due to that caution. First one of the evening. And I believe they're going to be able to make it, but it's going to push those cars right to the very end. Yeah, those that 34 and that 4 does look to be doing the job out there out front, bumper to bumper. And as you can see, they all come out of 3 and 4. Everybody getting way close to that wall. Teamwork does make the dream work. So sorry everybody, kind of got thrown off my game with the chat there and everything going on. 4 of Bad Martin though has got this lead back. Dan the Man in 2nd, Hollywood in 3rd, Snake Eyes in that 8 right there in 4th. And once again, there's the 8, or I'm sorry, the 21. Oh no, I'm sorry, that was a 41. 21 of Trav Nation around on the backstretch. Unfortunate. So that's going to be unfortunate for him. And here we go. Okay. Seems like we got some degenerates out there this evening. We really appreciate it. This is a Ruthless Racing series on Ruthless Racing YouTube channel, though. Your season's over. So Snake Eyes in that 8 car got a little high there, battling for that pretty much 3rd position. There's a 21 and a 41. They just look very much alike. 47, a sticky rent house out here trying to get it done on the rear of that 48. There's Henson at 41 working his way back up through here, 3rd position. Just trying to catch that 4 and 34 working together quite well if they're in 1 and 2. And there is that leader of Bad Martin. Oh, why do we have degenerates? This is weird. I can see them on the screen. I guess SKU card's zapping their ass. I can still see them. Don't zap them next time and I can like officially end them forever. Sorry everybody heard me take a drink there. But the 34 of Dan the Man takes the lead from his quote-unquote teammate. Chat says it, not me. Even though there is no team or mates here in Ruthless Racing Series. 34 slow in 3 and 4. Didn't get the entry that he wanted. 4 kind of went up there and bumped him a little bit. Tyler L. Loser Tyler L. L. Your last name is literally Loser. Whatever. Trav Nation's bunch shows up tonight. Good luck, Travis. He was having a good race. Had a little issue there, but I think he'll bounce back. And this is for the lead up here. That's the 34 and the 4 working together. 41 and the 16 working together behind them. And can they catch these two? That is a good question. I'd say you're not wrong. Say you're not wrong, Burntwood. But I believe that little bit of a move has allowed that 41 and the 16 to kind of gain a little bit of ground. If that 8 was up there working with that 3rd and 4th place car, I believe we'd have a little bit of a different race. So that 41 and that 16 is not quite together like they were. But nonetheless, this is your top 4. Dan the Man, Bad Martin, Henson, and Hollywood. Back here is Shepard battling with that 17. And there's the 21 of Trav Nation. As we'll get him on screen here. Hopefully his bunch is still around. Running that beautiful 21. I really like that scheme. You can see him making some moves out here. Not quite sure where he is running at the moment, but he is looking sharp. There's an unfortunate event. Hey, Trav Nation is still here. Good to see. Good to see. And there he is in all of his glory. And there's that 8 car running in 5th. Can't quite get up there to the rest of them. Grabs a little bit of green on the way through. And we have 12 laps remaining here in stage number 2. And it's looking like it's going between that 4 and the 34 up front here. And these cars will be running down to the wire on their fuel and tires here in this stage. After that caution, they had just enough, 31 laps, 30 to 31 laps to make it. Huh, 122 comments as well. That's kind of weird. Only here on the Ruthless Racing YouTube channel. So we'll come around, 11 to go. Some of these guys possibly might have to pit for a little bit of fuel unless they're saving out there, maybe a little half a lap or something. Because I don't know. It's going to be really close for some of these guys. It could be interesting. Somebody could jump out here and steal this. Somebody who pitted early, people thinking they didn't have to pit, burn a little more fuel than they thought. I don't know. Could be a possibility out here for some of these guys. Denny Samlin. I like it. So right here are your leaders. And they've been kind of keeping it this way. They switched spots. And there's that 41 of Henson, 16 of Hollywood, I guess trying to save some fuel, has dropped back a little bit. Oh man, we're getting dancy up here with the 34 and the 4. 4 looking to the inside. Don't know if he's thinking better of it or not. So they're not sure if these guys are racing each other or what. Or just got a little loose out there. We do have 8 remaining right here in stage number 2. 7 remaining now. As it is Dan the Man and Bad Martin up here fighting it out. Dan the Man with the win, just looking to be playoff eligible within the next 2 races. He has to start the next 2 races. And then you have Bad Martin, who has the stage wins. Has very low on points after entering late in the season. He does need a win. He should be playoff eligible quite soon, but he does need that win. He's had a strong car here this evening. Not able to win stage number 1, but he did look good there before the pit stops. Henson was able to take stage number 1. You can see that the 41 car has gained some ground up here on these leaders. It's good to see Project 62 in the chat, even though he had an unfortunate race ending. 4 goes to the inside on the 34, takes the lead once again, and possibly that move like Burntwood was talking about. And Bad Martin, needs those points. Dan the Man might be helping him out there, helped him pushed him around, helped him keep that fuel to make sure he does get there. And that 4 is going to be able to get it done, I do believe, as whenever they come to the line, they'll have 3 remaining. So there's that 4 needing those points. All he'll lack is Dan the Man just lacks being playoff eligible, done locked in. He has to start those next 2 races, and the 4 just needs those points or a win. And I think he's eligible after this race, possibly. So 3 to go, 2 at the line. And the 34 may be blocking for the 4 here. 41 has caught up once again late in the stage. And that car has just came out zooming both stages. And the 41 is there. 34 is going to try to work hard for the 4 here, I do believe. As we got 1 coming off pit road, but that does not matter. 2 to go. Here in stage number 1, the 4 and the 34 have been working together all stage, trying to get the 4 of these stage points. 41's got something to say about it. 34 working hard on that 41. We've got some good racing coming down here in the 3 and 4. 41 running the preferred line. And here we go, 1 to go at the line. See if the 41's got anything to do about it here. 4 into 1 and 2 one more time here in stage number 2. 34 is putting the block on that 41. 41's trying to go high. Gets the wall. He's not going to be able to get it done. So the 4 and the 34 get it done here in stage number 2. 4 is going to get him some points. I'm not quite sure how that worked out there on that 41 car there. But there goes Bad Martin, stage winner. Stage number 2 from Chicagoland. This is the Ruthless Racing Series on the Ruthless Racing YouTube channel. And please, if you haven't liked, please like. If you haven't subscribed, please subscribe. We were only 6 away when the stream started from 300 subscribers. And we have not went up, not a single one. So if you're not subscribed, please hit that subscribe button. Only 6 away from 300. And for anybody that's interested, possibly this weekend, going to have a Martinsville vlog video. Ruthless Racing took on Martinsville, so we're going to try to have that up. Going to post it to the guys first, and then once everybody's got their taste for it, we'll let the public see it. But yeah, and as always, this race is brought to you by SKU-Car. If you'd like to check out the description, save some money, use code SKU-Car at checkout on SeatGeek for your first time purchase for $20 off. So save some money there. And Humble Bundle link, pay. I think you choose what you pay. Not quite sure. Click the link to find out. And we're going to get going here for stage number 3. Bad Martin, Dan the Man, able to get it done up there. Henson finished 3rd. Bad Martin going to start on the pole here for stage number 3. Bad Martin needing a win to lock himself into the playoffs. It would be a new winner here this season here in the Ruthless Racing Series. 52 laps will decide that here in this stage. As we'll see how it all comes down, as there will be at least one pit stop, barring any cautions. And as I do believe we do have most of our field from the beginning of the night still here, only the 62 with a little issue. With no cautions, we will have green flag stops. 51 remaining in stage number 3. Henson was your stage 1 winner after chasing down Bad Martin after the pit stops. The 4 and the 34 worked together stage 2 against the 41 to get the 4 some stage points. So we'll see how they work it together here in stage number 3 with the 4 needing that lock-in win. He will be playoff eligible after tonight, but I do not believe he has the point. 16 way off into the grass. And he's looking to collect some cars. Oh, he's around in the front stretch. Big wreck by the 16 of Hollywood. Not sure if that's going to bring out the caution. That was only one car incident. I believe everybody else is still good to go. And look at that lead. Holy. Bad Martin has stretched that out there to a giraffe's neck lead. But that 48 of Shepard coming back, he was strong there at the restart of stage number 2. After the caution, he was up in the lead. Not sure if that was because of a no pit or just some fuel. That 4 of Bad Martin's really put it out there. And we're going to run right here with these guys. Got some door-to-door action between the 34 and the 41. As we'll stay right here. We'll stay on the 4th position of Dan the Man, as he's got the 8 of Snake Eyes working up inside of him there, and he's going to put him back in the 5th position. 17 of G-Dog back there. Also the 21 of Trav Nation. Bad Martin has raced, I believe, 3 or 4. This is maybe his 4th race with us here. As you can see, that 34 working hard, gets himself back into the top 4. 48 of Shepard gets shuffled out of the pack after being up there in 2nd. 8 of Snake Eyes looking strong on the inside of Henson. 34 looking for somebody to work with. He knows he needs to get back up there with his buddy. Bump from the 28 and the 41. 34 looks middle on these guys up here in the 2nd and 3rd position. Henson once again just shuffled out there to the outside. Dan the Man looking for the better line. He's going to stick with the 8. Gets up to the quarter panel of the 41. 41 looking to lose another position out there on the outside. Shepard coming into the inside as well. See if the 41's able to get a little room to put that out there in front of that 48. Don't think he will. Still door to door with 34 down the front stretch. He gets his nose out in front of him though. We got that 34 looking to lock himself in tonight. Hollywood, after that unfortunate incident, there he is running all alone. It's Trav Nation looking at all that action in front of him. Hopefully a pit stop will do him some good here later on. And look at that 4. Man, he has really jumped out there to just an insane lead. All these guys back here working against each other, I guess. Dan the Man knows what he's doing whenever he's on the doors of these cars, but Henson, the car he didn't want to let by, got by, and now Henson's going to be doing some catching. So we'll get on board there with that 41. Let's see what he's got going on. As that 34 has been... I'm sorry, that 41 has been catching the cars from behind all afternoon. And I feel like it's going to be no different right here. As we've got 44 remaining in stage number 3 from Chicagoland. This is the Ruthless Racing Series on the Ruthless Racing YouTube channel. If you haven't liked, please do so. Subscribe if you haven't done so as well. Hit the bell for Yeti. And don't miss any action that we post right here on the Ruthless Racing YouTube channel. We were 6 away from 300 when the stream started. And we are still 6 away from 300. So please, if you have not subscribed, please do so. As we have Henson trying to chase down the 4, as you just see him go by off your screen, of Bad Martin, who has jumped out to the most insane lead I have seen on this track this evening. I apologize, I had to switch my mics. But I believe this is a good time for a little bit of Ruthless Racing Crank It Up edition. As let me know in the chat how it sounds as we're going to go to Crank It Up. And that's it for Ruthless Crank It Up, as you're back on with your leader, the number 4 of Bad Martin, as this pack behind him hasn't made up much ground, as he has still stretched it out. Captain Obvious Burntwood Gray. Sounds like engines. Have you ever watched Crank It Up? It's all engines. 21 misfiring. I didn't get to hear it. Let's hear him here. That's a good steady purr from that Mustang. Didn't know horses purred, but here we are. And there's the 8 of Snake Eyes working on the 48 of Shepherd. Oh, it's a little loose off of 2. Can't believe we got that one. He's going to work himself back up to turn number 3, though. He's caught it. And there's Henson. That's the man to watch. Can he chase him down once again? He's running a 7-hold Mustang. It's tough. Henson was able to do it in stage number 1 off the pit stops. Can he do it here in stage number 3 with 35 laps remaining? We are up to 300 subscribers now. That's crazy. It's great. It's awesome. Thanks to everybody. It's a good moment here for Ruthless Racing Series and the Ruthless Racing YouTube channel. Made possible by Skew Car and all of Skew Car Nation. And I'm sure some help from partners like everything NASCAR. As we are still, this is second place Henson, battling with third Dan the Man, fourth of Shepard, and that's Bad Martin up there in that lead. Jumped out there to that great lead, and then there he stayed. But with under 30 laps remaining here in stage number 3, can Henson pull him in once again like he did in stage number 1? The 34 and the 4 work together to get the 4 of that stage number 2 win. Some much needed points. And if the 4 gets a win tonight, he's locked into those playoffs. He's just looking for playoff eligibility at that point. Skew Car is awesome. Check out the channel. You can find anything you need to know about NASCAR on there, really. There's also some associated channels with Skew Car that also post NASCAR related content. So there's that 41 of Henson. I think they're starting to make a dent on this lead now, as pit stops are looming here in stage number 3. This is Chicagoland, and then this is the Ruthless Racing Series. That 41 of Henson looked like he was pulling him in, but now it looks like he got a little smaller out front of him there. 34 of Dan the Man, 48 of Shepard, right there on the rear view of the 41. And there's that, I believe that's the 8 of Snake Eyes there, looming around 5th position. Hey, Alan's in the chat. Trav Nation in the house. Travis was having a pretty good day. There he is. We'll get him some screen time. We should be expecting pits any moment, I would imagine. These guys I was counting having to pit around 21 laps remaining, possibly, if they really stretched it, I felt. So we'll see how it works out. Get us a lap count here. There's Trav Nation looking a little loose. There we go. Over 300 subscribers now. Awesome. Awesome, awesome. This is a great moment for Ruthless Racing. And there's Henson. Oh, yeah, he's really reeling in that 4 now, as the 4 possibly feeling the effects of those worn tires. As this time by, they have took 27 to go, so I imagine within the next 6 laps we'll start seeing some pit stops. Anywhere from now till then, we will have green flag pit stops to finish off the end of this race. As this is Ruthless Racing taking on Chicagoland, and one of the last 2 remaining regular season races. Who will clinch themselves into the playoffs? Can Bad Martin get that much needed win? His help Dan the Man was able to do so a couple weeks ago. Henson I believe he's a 1 or 2 race winner. Typical in Hollywood also lock-ins. Travis fighting for above the cut line. His competition not here this evening. Yeti also having engine issues have helped that 21 team. And the 41 has found the bumper of the 4 going to the inside to take the lead. And I told you, that 41 been reeling him in all day. And here he goes to take the lead this time, late in stage number 3 with about 25 to go. Pit stop still looming, though. Pit stop still has to be done. So we'll see. Oh, there's a 16 around at the line. So I'm not sure what happened to him there. So Hollywood has had more than a less desirable race here this evening. As that 41 of Henson has really pulled back in, and now he's going to pit. 4 is going to pit with him. And there goes the 34, and Shepard had to stay out. Don't think he knew those guys were pitting, really. But all these guys are right here on pit road together. Looks like we're going to have a lot more guys come in this time, too. So we'll see how this battle off pit road comes down. As we'll just watch these guys get their service. See who wins the battle off pit road. Will it be the 41 squad? Can that pit crew get it done? Dan the man got the furthest back box. 41 team can't quite see what's going on, but we'll see what happens. Oh, everybody comes out. I believe Bad Martin's crew did get. I believe they did get him by just like a half a second. Not even half a second. But these guys will come back out. Shepard is in the lead at the moment. What the hell is going on? I appreciate all the subscriptions. Holy shit. So we gained like 11 subscribers this stream. If that 34 can get back up there, I think he will help him. But right now, that 4 needs to not lose that 41. If that short run car of the 4 is really what it is, then he needs to use it right now. As it's not looking good. His buddy's not going to get there, I don't think. Shepard comes back out looking good. Back in 5th position. I don't think he knew those other guys were pitting earlier on, but he gets a good pit stop, and there he is. Comes back out in 5th. Snake Eyes in 4th position. Dan the man in 3rd, back in that bubble. This race is starting to shape back up to the like stage number 1 did, but the pit stop has already happened. Oh, 41 looked like he got a little high and off the wall there. Clean air at Chicagoland's a tough thing to beat, as you can see, or as we did see there in stage earlier on in the stage, that Bad Martin had that well of a lead. Something like that. We are breaking the YouTube universe. As we'll get us a lap count this time by. 34 jumping out there to a demanding lead. There's that clean air. Not quite sure why the 4's that draft's not keeping him up there with them. So we're a lap down at 6th position. So that means everybody from 6th on back is at least a lap down. I believe only the top 5 are on the lead lap. I do believe we got 19 laps remaining. So this 4 and this 41's who's it shaping up to be? That 4 really needs a win to lock himself into the playoffs. Can he get it done? 41 has been a tough competitor all day. Without the help of the 34, I don't think the 4 would have got stage number 2. And but 41 was able to chase him down and get stage number 1, take those crucial playoff points from that 4 of Bad Martin. And I feel like too much slack will allow the lead to be unovercomable, even if that's a word. With 16 laps remaining, 15 this time by. We got some lap traffic coming up into the equation. That is Ricky Stenthouse, or Sticky Renthouse, sorry. And that 47, he's going to go low, hard, and fast. And he gets out of the way, though. It'd be cool if he could help that 4 car try to possibly get him in there. 47 fighting for his playoff life as well, though. I'm sure Mr. Beast probably gained a few thousand while we were sitting here goofing around. 207 comments, 13 people on here actively watching. This is the Ruthless Racing series on the Ruthless Racing YouTube channel. Please like, comment, subscribe. We are taking on Chicagoland, and you're watching Henson in the lead. He's already locked into the playoffs here. Number 4 really needs a win. But right now it's not looking too good, as we got 14 remaining. 14 remaining. As you're watching the 4 of Bad Martin try to catch those hopes, as next week Ruthless Racing will take on Iowa, and that will be the regular season finale. See who can get their last bit of points to battle their way through the playoffs. That 4 really needing to lock himself in. He does not have the points at the moment. Coming in late into the season. So there's that 4 looking at that 41 get a little smaller out in front of him. He really needs that 34 to come to push. As this time by, they're down to 11 to go this time. There we go, 10 to go this time. I don't know what's going on. On the chat, I know what's going on in this race. Right now, Henson is leading, looking to get another win here in the Ruthless Racing Series. And the 4 just watching him get a little smaller. Is, that's right, 10 to go. Presented by Ruthless Racing's 310 subscriber. But yeah, there's 9 to go now. 8 at the line. Looking good for the 41 and that Ford. We'll cycle through the field a little bit here. Bad Martin in second, looking to try to win, but don't know if that's going to happen. Dan the Man sitting in third with Shepard right behind him. There's the 16 of Hollywood. Been having issues all stage 3. There's G-Dog in the 17. Good to see some new guys and guys coming back around. Some part-time guys out here. Got some multi-groove racing going on here in 3rd and 4th position. Trav Nation in that 21 takes another lap, as he needed some really good points this race, but some of his competitors did miss, so possibly a good thing for him, as some points is better than no points. There's Snake Eyes. He was running 5th position, as he possibly still could. 47 contact. So 47-16 kind of been on the same wavelength this stage. Didn't look too bad in the earlier parts of the race. But here's Henson going by this time. Still in the lead. As Dan the Man earlier on, Bad Martin earlier on in this stage had a very demanding lead. And then Henson, as predicted, was able to chase him down. He'd done that in stage number 1 and took the win away from Bad Martin. The 4 and the 34 worked together in stage number 2 to get the 4 some much needed playoff points with the stage win. But that 41 just too tough to handle here at Chicagoland this night. And looking to take another win here in the Ruthless Racing Series if he can hang on with no issues. As when they hit the line, there should be 4 remaining. Yo, 41 has really put on a clinic here in the later part of the race. Thank you, Burntwood. So here's Henson just putting the domination on it. Cherry on top, if you will. Just overall dominating performance. Would have gotten stage 2, I do believe, had it not been for a little bit of neck and neck racing. But that 41 is going to put an exclamation point on this victory, as there's 3 to go right here from Chicagoland. And as always, thanks to everybody out there who likes, subscribes to Ruthless Racing. Thanks to Skew Car, Everything NASCAR for the highlights. And please check the description. Save a little money. And this 41 still out to that lead. And that 4 is not going to have it. Not this evening, not in this stage. As that lock-in win will not happen this week at Chicagoland. As here we go, that was your end of the race. Your winner is Henson. As we'll jump back up to him as he will go to get that Ruthless Racing burnout. There is your winner in the 41 Ford. Winner of stage number 1 and the one that matters, Henson. Here he comes in for that burnout. And even though we can't see it, it's real good for our drivers to get to experience this. Got a little bit of dirt throw up. Yeah, here we go. Got a little dirt. You got to drive through the dirt to make it kick up, you know, as he did at first. But, you know, this is just more for the driver, really. It's cool for us to be able to have this, too. You know, it's just good for our drivers to be able to do. Everybody comes around, lines up in the position they should be in. And whenever he's done, he'll go finish the race. I have to agree, Burntwood, best car won. He chased him down multiple times in this race. And that 41's really putting the hurting on that rubber. On those tires. As we'll wait for the finishing results and stick around for driver interviews afterwards. We'll have Henson, our winner, in here. We'll have Bad Martin, and we'll see who finished in 3rd. Not sure if Dan the Man was able to get it done. See if Dan the Man was in third. Yeah, I believe he was. So we'll get Henson, Dan the Man, and Bad Martin in here real quick. So stick with us. Alright, we're just waiting on everybody else to get in here, and I like to do the winner last. There we go, we got Bad Martin, finished second.
Awesome.
And I was just waiting for Dan the Man.
Okay.
Alright, so we got our podium drivers in here, put on a whale of a race. Stage number 1. It was interesting to see Henson chase him down like that after the pit stops of Bad Martin there. So that was a good stage. And in stage number 2, we got to see a little bit, I believe, what was teamwork, maybe, to get the force some much needed points there. And then Henson just proved too strong there at the end. Dan the Man, after the pit stops, kind of drops back and starts racing with 4th and 5th position. Kind of walk us through your race and how that stage number 2 was, and then what happened on the pit stop there in stage number 3.
You talking to me?
Yeah, Dan the Man.
Yeah, well, I was just trying to help Martin get a win so that way he can make it into the playoffs. And, you know what I mean? Like, fucking Henson had a fast car, and, you know what I mean? Like, that was all I had. Just come out, and I didn't quite catch the draft, and that was it. I was, like, hoping that, like, Henson was going to stay out, like, another lap, and I was going to pit there, and then, like, I would have had their draft back, but it's not the way the cards fell, so.
Yeah, I mean, it looked like you had a good car out there. All 3 of you guys did, really. And
yeah, I did. Like, I tried to put on a show like the second stage just to prove that my car wasn't junk, but like, long run, like, I think it needs a little work. I think it was probably a little too tight.
Hey, it was certainly something to see there in that stage number 2. You tried to get it done for the 4. I mean, you did in stage number 2, but there at the end, just couldn't quite get it done. But nonetheless, congrats on the 3rd place there tonight. You had a good, strong car.
Appreciate it.
Yeah, once again, thanks for racing with us here in Ruthless Racing. And so we'll get up to our 2nd place finisher, and that was Bad Martin. So,
how you doing, buddy?
Hey, I'm doing well, and you had a good car out there. Stage number 1, get run down. Stage number 2, able to hang on, get the win, and then got ran down again in stage 3.
Yeah.
But I want to know, how did you jump out to that lead in stage 3 while you explaining the race to us here?
Well, stage 1, I jumped out there because I took 2 tires. I figured that was the only way I was going to maybe beat Henson. So that was what he run me down and blew my doors off. So I figured that strategy wasn't going to work, and that's how I got out there. And I must have lag spiked one time where he got behind me a little bit, but then we straightened that out. But then in stage 2, we got a good start, and me and Dan worked together to get me the stage win. And then I got out stage 3 because everybody was back there racing Henson because they knew he was the guy to beat. So he kind of was showing his patience back there till he could root through him, and then he's dirt tracking this car catching me. So, but he definitely had to set up good win, Henson.
Thank you, man. Thank you.
Yeah, you had a strong car out there. I thought we was going to be shaping up for a good one whenever you had his draft there after the pits in stage 3. But like you said, he just had a really good car. But congratulations to the 2nd place finish. Hopefully next week at Iowa you're able to get that lock-in win.
I don't know. We'll see. I doubt it because probably Typical will be back, and him and Henson and Typical will be up there racing door to door. Won't give us any
You
chances.
never know. We'll see. We'll see
Hey,
how it
that
goes.
His drafting partner wasn't there tonight. That's
That-
how we had a chance.
That door-to-door racing is what gets everybody behind you catching up every time.
Yeah, and that is the voice of our winner of the night, Henson. Second win, so he is our third multi-race winner here in Ruthless Racing Series this season. And pretty much a dominant performance there. Yeah, I believe you'd have got him stage 2 hadn't it been for a little bit of help for that 4 car there. But, good car, good race. Just kind of, how'd you do it?
Man, stage 1 was pretty hectic at the end. I was tired from the whole race, but stage 1 I took 4, they took 2, and kind of played out there. And then stage 2 I tried to save a little bit, and then I got 2 of them, and it was just too loose. I burnt the right rear off of it. Stage 3 after the pit stop, I just kind of played it out and just set sail.
You certainly showed a lot of patience out there on the track. I know in one restart you were kind of shifted. I believe it's stage 2 restart. You just kind of shifted back there in the pack quite a bit, and you chased down that 4 and that 34 there later part of stage number 2. Couldn't quite get it done, but nonetheless you got the stage that mattered, got the win. So congratulations on that.
Yeah, they both had really good cars, and when you have 2 fast cars that are working together, it's kind of tough to get to them, and especially pass them. And then that, like you said, that last pit stop for the race win was that we kind of got all separated, so it worked out for me. Really good race to everybody, though. Thanks everybody for racing with us. It was really fun.
You had an awesome car, man, because it took 2 of us to work against him. He didn't even have to have a draft to catch us.
Thanks, man.
He's got a gear he's going to share with me, hopefully.
Oh yeah, for sure. As soon as we get done here, let's talk about gears.
All right, buddy.
All right, so Henson, you have anything you want to say, open mic?
No, just it was a really good race. Like I said, they had fast cars themselves, and Dan had to prove his stuff wasn't junk. His cars are never junk. They're always fast. He's always fun to race with. Martin too.
Thanks.
They're fast everywhere we go. So.
Yeah,
I'm running Dan's setup, by the way, so it's not junk.
Oh, it ain't. It's far from junk. I think me and Dan have duked it out plenty of times over in FRR practices. So we've really good racing with those 2 right there for sure.
Thanks.
Yeah, it was good racing all around tonight. It was good to watch. But thank you guys for putting on such a show. Once again, congratulations all 3 of you. And the big win for you, Henson. What was it? Yeah, 2 wins for him now here. So 3rd multi-race winner. Next week, these guys will take on season finale, Iowa. Same time, same place right here on the Ruthless Racing YouTube channel. So don't be late. Once again, thanks to everybody who's liked, subscribed. Got 311 subscribers now here on Ruthless Racing YouTube channel. So really appreciate that, guys. And once again, congratulations to Henson. And thanks to everybody out there in the field for making Ruthless Racing what it is. And as always, have a good weekend.